Yeah, waiting me that, nothing I can't do for my baby, my baby. Anytime when you need me, come to me, my shawty, my shawty.
Hello TG gang, welcome back to the channel. And I mean, you already know what it is, so I'm back again delivering the content that you signed up for. A lot of you requested this eyeshadow look in my last video where I answered a few of your questions. If you missed that video, then definitely check it out somewhere at the top here. Yeah, so I just thought I would deliver on that request. So if you want to see how I achieved this look, definitely check it out. But firstly, subscribe. So to start, I'm gonna start with my Makeup Revolution concealer in the shade C13. I use this over my whole entire eyelid. I make sure I blend it out smoothly with a flat brush so that this acts as a base for my eyeshadow. And then for eyeshadow, we're gonna be going in with the Game of Thrones Urban Decay palette. If you guys haven't seen the video that I shot on this, like a review, I'll leave it in the description box. The three colors we're going to be using are Lannister Red, Take, the Black, and the green shadow called The Sight. So to start, we're going to be using Lannister Red as our transition. You want to make sure you fully blend this out. I use this crease brush from Decay. I've mentioned this a couple of times. This is less than 50 Rand for this brush. And then in your crease, right underneath that shadow, our first shadow, you're going to use Take the Black. You want to just pack this on. Don't worry about being perfect in the beginning. Just keep on packing this on until it's dark enough, because eventually you are going to use a blending brush and blend all that out. Now to blend out, I'm going to be using this blending brush that I got from Decay. Most of my brushes I get from Decay. They're quite affordable. It won't cost you more than 100 Rand for one brush, or they'll literally be under 50 bucks. Then I'm going to take that concealer again, Makeup Revolution C13, to cut my crease. Cutting your crease does take practice, but you'll notice that once you get that straight line, it's just patting motions for the rest of the eyelid. You want to basically repeat what you do on the left, on the right side of your eye. If you don't know how to cut your crease, a trick is basically to apply concealer in the middle of your eye, then look up. Where your concealer lands is basically where you should be cutting your crease, and then from there you'll just bring it down to the inner corner of your eye. Then for the green eyeshadow, what I did is that I wet my brush before actually dipping it into the shadow. This just ensures that the eyeshadow comes out a bit more pigmented, and it gives off that great green that you guys see on camera. Now this is an important step after you finish off with your green shadow. You want to make sure that where it ends, you sort of blend out with the black shadow so it has a seamless transition. You're basically making sure you have no harsh lines towards the end, and it just looks great. Then for liner, I'm going to be using the Benefit roller liner, and I'm just going to be using this to draw a mini cat eyeliner. It's not going to be too dramatic because I have a dark eyeshadow, you basically don't see much of it. Now for primer, you guys know that I stick to my Bobbi brown on this channel, and today for foundation we're going to be using the Avon Flawless Foundation. And if you haven't seen my review on this foundation, I will leave the description, the video link in the description box. Basically it does tend to look light when you just apply it, but it eventually mimics the skin tone, like your skin tone. You will see later in the video that it goes a bit darker. And then to highlight, I'm going to be using my Fawn concealer. Basically I've just gone back to this because I just feel like some of the other concealers I've had tend to dry out too quickly, or they just don't blend as great. But yeah, you know, with makeup you tend to go back to one product for a month and then you move on to the next for a month. It's just how it is when it comes to makeup. To blend out my concealer, I am using my Real Techniques Beauty Blender. This is available from Clicks, and this is just basically one of the best beauty blenders you'll get on the market. I have never tried the actual real beauty blender, so I cannot speak for that, but based on what's available in South Africa, this is definitely what I would recommend. Now, to contour my face, I am going to be using the black Opal Suede Mocha. I use this in every other video. I use two different brushes, one for my nose, which is a little bit tinier than the one that I use for the rest of my face. I always blend upwards on around my cheek area and then downwards around my forehead and just underneath my jawline. To set my concealer, I am going to be using the Mercier setting powder. Basically, I use this all around my mouth, and I make sure to sort of blow out my cheeks just around that mouth area so that I don't have any smile lines, because that can be annoying at times. Even though I did not use concealer on my forehead, I like to set that because it tends to get shiny, and I also don't forget my nose, which is where I tend to get shiny mostly. And just to ensure that I clean up that contour, I also set underneath my contour. Now for bronzing, I am using the Yardley Bronzer, which is a new bronzer that they released recently. I have a video that where I speak about this bronzer. And for mascara, currently I have been loving this Gosh mascara. It's called Rebel Eyes. It's really good. I'm quite impressed, and I'm just trying to figure out how much it is so I can get some more. For liner, I'm going to be using my NYX black liner. I've spoken about the name of this eyeliner, it's just too long to remember. Then for the bottom of my eyes, I just take that brush that I used for the green shadow again, which still has excess eyeshadow, and I use that to sort of smoke out my eye. Then you never want to forget your nose. You just want to make sure you also bronze your nose, so you give it a little bit of a slick edge. And then for highlighter, I'm going to be going in with my Bobbi Brown highlighter in Bronze Glow, which happens to be my favorite. And I always make sure I highlight the tip of my nose, the bridge of my nose, and just underneath my brow bone, just to give my face a bit of that glow everywhere. And then I don't forget to highlight the inner corners of my eye using that Bobbi Brown Bronze Glow again. Now for lipstick, I am going to be using the Avon Nude lipstick in the shade Marvelous Mocha. So these recently launched, and there's about 9 different shades for all different skin tones, so I definitely recommend you check that out. For blush, I am using the NYX Ombre Blush. I've been obsessed with blush lately. Maybe it's because I've got huge cheeks, I don't know. There's just something about blush, and I just noticed it when I'm not wearing it, so this is what I do lately. And basically this is the final look with the lashes. This is so tricky to do on camera, so this is the only footage I got. But yeah, thanks for watching. Don't forget to check out the rest of my videos. Now before you leave, if you know you've subscribed, then definitely make sure you tell your auntie, your sister, your cousins, your grandmother, whoever it is, to subscribe to the channel, because we're on our way to 25k. I mean, I can't give away anything if we haven't hit 25k yet, so definitely make sure you do that. And yeah, I'm watching you. If it's still red down there, you better change that to a gray button, baby.